Alright, welcome to the initial walk around of Project Delta. So this is a 1985 Scirocco 1.8 8-valve, 5-speed. It's fashioned in the 1980s tornado pink. Hopefully to be tornado red again soon. Just give you a walk around. This car has been off the road since, I believe, 2015. It's got some Wolfsburg badges there, and then some absolutely hideous 16-inch wheels going to the inside after. The Scirocco two-door, obviously, the predecessor to the Corrado, started in the 1970s. 1974 was the first Corrado, or sorry, first Scirocco. Yeah, so some absolutely hideous. This one, because it's an 8-valve, has rear drum brakes. Back of the Scirocco here. These were later fitted with a 16-valve engine, 1.8 liter. This has the 1.8 liter 8-valve JH engine code. So there we can see 2015. So the story I got on this car is that it was actually abandoned on the side of the road in a city called Delta, British Columbia. And the police, local police, city police there, asked a tow yard to remove it from the side of the road. And so then there's a process of it sitting in their tow yard for approximately 9 or 10 months. And then it was offered to a friend of mine who owns a BMW repair shop in the same city, and he had got it for his daughter, who apparently didn't want it. So that's how it came to me. It was posted on Facebook Marketplace. I saw it, then found out who the seller was, contacted him, and here we are. So I obviously wasn't looking for another car, but these are very rare now to see on the road, and then to see in this condition with minimal rust. I have not had this up on the hoist yet, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to find underneath, but initial inspections look pretty good. So let's do a little, there's the walk around. We'll just lift the, reach in and lift the hood here. Just a little quick look in the interior. So we've got 240,865 kilometers, and it's got some nasty seat covers. So let's open the hood. I've not done a deep look at this, just enough to and there we go. 1.8 CIS. Fuel distributor is apart. I have it inside the car. Definitely some oil leaks, and I'm sure needs a timing belt. Got to go through the CIS injection, clean that all up, make sure we've got no rust in the fuel tank. That's really common on these. But as you can tell, the main reason I bought this car was the condition of the body. It's everything as I've looked at so far is super clean. No rust in the arches, inner wheel well arches here, or shock towers. And we can work with mechanical stuff. So rad support doesn't look hit. Everything looks good there. So on both sides. So yeah. Now unfortunately, in the North American market, we got this front end, which is a little sad. So I'm already on the lookout for some Euro lights, Euro bumpers. We call these things the picnic tables. Let's take a look in the trunk. The only thing that I've removed is the rear carpet here. Let's see if we can get this open. Yeah. So there's the factory color, Tornado Red. Spare tire, Space Saver spare tire. But everything in here looks really clean. No rot, no rust. I mean, I'll take all this body trim covers off. Cool thing with the Scirocco is the rear washer bottle is back here behind that cover. So, and we've got the parcel tray. And not too many parts in the back. So that's probably a good thing. Fram filter that'll go directly in the garbage, and some looks like some kind of a distributor cap or something like that. So yeah, super cool car. Let's take a look inside. So there's the pattern of the interior. The interior's in pretty rough shape. Black and white stripe. I have lifted this, and we've got kind of a mess going on underneath here. The bolsters are in not bad shape, but I lifted this briefly to find that underneath, so not so good. But, and if you want to look in the back here, we got the same thing going on here. So it's definitely going to need an interior. Headliner. The headliner itself isn't too bad. The sunroof cover is in desperate need of repair. These cool feature with the Scirocco is it's got the tilt and slide metal sunroof. So you turn that crank one way and it will pop the sunroof up. I've not tried any of this stuff, so maybe we'll do that. This is a Canadian car, which means that it has the Euro parcel trays, no knee bar in these cars. Another thing with the Scirocco is the angled shifter to clear the dash console. And that looks like some kind of an aftermarket Momo shift knob or something. Power mirrors. Let's jump in here. So center console, no air conditioning in this one. We've got the voltmeter, some kind of aftermarket radio. Dash is in pretty nice shape. It's got a little crack up here, right by the opening for the defrost vent. So, and like I said, 240,865. It's got the multi-function display, which shows distance traveled, distance per hour, your fuel economy, your oil temp, and the outside temp. So that's cool. Let's see if we can get this sunroof to open. So you push this button to get that down. So that's the slide function. Oh, that's the tilt function, sorry. So that works. So then we turn it back the other way. Hear the button, and then you can turn it the other way. And I don't want to open it the whole way, but there we go. We'll get that all lubed up, so that works. So that's a bonus. All right, so now let's take a look. I've not opened any of this stuff, so it looks like we got some mold down there. Mark 1 mold. So this is the lower trim for the steering column. Yeah, you can see that's not good. But I do have a set of 16 valve seats that are in really nice shape. Let's take a look in the ashtray. What do we got in there? Oh, we got a bunch of change. Nice. Car's getting cheaper already. That's enough for maybe a gasket or something. So, we don't have pennies anymore in Canada, so it's definitely been sitting for a while. And glove box reveal now. Oh! Alright, cool. So, we got some tapes. What do we got here? Digital Underground, Sex Packets, Tommy Boy Records. What else we got here? Stilo, J-Dub Mix. Got some mixtape. Most people that watch YouTube now aren't going to know what a mixtape is anyways. So, oh, and we got a tape. So we got a CD mix. Back in the 80s we did this. We made mixtapes. Lots of Stilos. Old school, New Jack Jams. So maybe we'll have to put a cassette player in here, and that I don't have the faceplate for this unless we find it somewhere in the car. So we got some of these. Discount card for Tawasin Dry Cleaners. Tawasin's a city near Delta. So what else we got in here? Oh, got some glasses. I don't know if you want to wear those. Looks like we got a Craftsman. Nice. Craftsman 1/4-inch drive ratchet. And yeah. Shifter. Feels like that definitely needs a rebuild. But so the plan with this car is we'll get it running. That'll be a future video. Get it running and see where we're at. I'll put it up on the lift next and show you guys the underside. But once we do that, the next step would be to clean the fuel system, check to make sure there's no battery in it, so we can't check to see if anything turns on, fuel pumps or anything. So we'll go through that. We'll go through the fuel system and then see if we can make it run. And then once that happens, then we'll decide whether we're gonna keep the 1.8 in it and reseal it all, new timing belt, and got to go through the brakes, suspension, all that stuff. So, but yeah, so let's put it up on the lift and see what may determine this project, depending on how good or bad the underside of the car is and if there's any rust. All right, so we got the Scirocco up on the lift here, and let's take a look. So yeah, definitely some oil leaks here. We got some damage on the front valence, nothing that's unfixable, but bottom of the fenders look really good. No rust there. These tires, tons of tread, but they're really old. Bottom of the fenders here look good. Rockers, so far so good. Alright, so we got a little bit here. Nothing major though, just a couple bubbles. We've got a little bit of rust here. So this is sunroof drain right here. Nothing crazy. Look at the size of these bumpers. Oh my god. Alright, so we got a new exhaust under here. What do we got here? Some nice bolts for mounts. That's interesting. Looking at the outriggers, this is a common area on Mark 1s that rust right where the beam mounts. Those look solid. I mean, this car underneath is insane. This is probably one of the cleanest Mark 1s I've seen. Let's take a look at this rocker. These floors are just beautiful. Like no rust at all. This is incredible. Bottom of the fender. Wow. Still has a catalytic converter in it. Wow. Didn't really look at the outrigger over here. That looks solid too. Wow. Yeah, so Scirocco, even though it's not a 16 valve, still has the integrated sway bar. So I've got a couple of rear disc beams. You can see there's the sunroof drain that comes out. And this gets all clogged up here. So yeah. But what I was saying is I've got some Yeah, these brakes need to be looked at, but I've got some rear disc beams, so we could just do a rear disc swap, put Scirocco 16 valve front brakes, because these are just the 9-inch ones. Yeah, I think the last thing I want to check is to see if it's got the factory. I think it's supposed to be a 9A transmission. So let's see what we got here. Oh yes, yes. So you can see right there on the pad, 9A 29016. So that's definitely a 9A close ratio gearbox with the 100 mil axle flanges. So this car looks like it's pretty much original. Power steering, CIS 1.8 liter. It's had some damage here. A lot of this is tow truck. They always get these pans. So, and here, not near the pickup though. So yeah, so it looks like we got a good start here. Collector plate status in BC where I'm at. Car has to be 25 years old and basically original with just period correct modifications. So definitely awesome. Got the front sway bar as well, standard on Scirocco's and most cabriolets. So if you're looking for parts, cabriolet is another good one to look at. But this engine's going to have to come out and get cleaned, resealed, clean the engine bay. But we'll get it running first and go from there. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll probably do some ultrasonic cleaning on the fuel system. We'll take the fuel sender out of the fuel tank and look down in the tank and see if we've got any rust. The car's been sitting for a while. It probably had ethanol fuel in it, so we may have some issues, but I've got another fuel tank as well, so, and then pumps are pretty easy to come by. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. I have lots of projects that are on the go, so it just depends if I have time to film. I've got to get back on my E30 project as well. Engine's now in the car, so, but watch for the next video on Project Delta.